So I've heard players say, including myself, I feared Mike. I've heard players in your generation say they feared Kobe. I've never really heard any players say they fear LeBron.
And I got killed for that.
Why is that? You're not gonna get killed here. I'm just
saying. When I first said that, people killed me for that.
I'm with you.
I didn't think players really feared LeBron like they did Jordan.
I never heard anybody say it. When LeBron passes up Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in points, and he will this year, will that make him the greatest player ever? Okay. An interesting question. I think the greatest player is Michael Jordan. That's what I think. But
I agree.
LeBron's about to do something that hasn't been done in a long time, and I think he will move his name up there. But for me, it's always Dr. J and Michael Jordan, Magic and those guys. I do look at LeBron, but I also like listening to people's opinions.
Yep, absolutely.
Listen, Jordan was the greatest in my opinion. He likes LeBron, that's his opinion. But when people look at stats, right? So his stats are definitely going to be up there, and to have passed up Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, I can truthfully say I'm jealous of that feat. Because I wanted to pass up, I was like 1,500 points behind Wilt Chamberlain. I wanted to pass up Wilt Chamberlain because then I was going to arrogantly say I'm the most dominant big man ever, and I don't want to hear anybody else's name. So now when you talk about most dominant, you bring Wilt, Bill, and Shaq. It's cool, but I wanted to be up there by myself. He's the only man that had me terrified on the court. Because I went from high school admiring him, college admiring him, and then he's right there in front of you. All the shit you see on your poster, like he's doing it in real life. Like he came by me so fast one time, I was like, oh shit, Mike? Yeah, I was terrified. But once I, regained my nerves, I had to get into karate mode. Because in all the karate movies, the teacher must someday beat the master to become the master. Mm. And I won a lot of bets when I asked people who's the last guy to beat Michael Jordan in the playoff situation.
That boy.
Yes. So,
that boy.
I mean, but he's the greatest. But, LeBron will pass up Kareem, and I can't wait to, hear everybody's opinion.
Welcome to NBA Hoops Television, where we dive deep into the stories that shape the game we love. Today, we're talking about the most feared NBA player of all time. No, not LeBron James, not Kobe Bryant, but the one and only Michael Jordan. The man who didn't just break records, but mentally and physically destroyed every opponent who dared to stand in his way. Section 1. The fear factor. What made MJ so terrifying? Fear. That's the word you hear time and again when NBA legends talk about Michael Jordan. Not just fear of his skill, but fear of his presence, his mentality, his relentless drive to win. To even be on the same court as Jordan was to play against someone who wasn't human, someone who would stop at nothing to destroy you. Take Shaquille O'Neal, the 7-foot beast who terrified the entire league. He admitted he was terrified the first time he faced MJ. Imagine that. Shaq, the most physically imposing player in NBA history, trembling before the mighty Air Jordan. O'Neal himself said, "I was terrified out there." A player who bulldozed through everyone, feeling fear for the first time. And it wasn't just Shaq. Steve Nash, one of the greatest point guards, spoke about the fear that Jordan brought to every game. It was more than just skill. It was Jordan's mental dominance. His opponents knew that if they weren't on their absolute best, they'd get destroyed, not just physically, but mentally. Jordan didn't play basketball. He psychologically broke his rivals down. Section 2. The competitor. Why Jordan's desire to win made him unstoppable. Every single game, Jordan played to win, but not just to win. He played to humiliate. He was never satisfied with just beating you. He wanted you to know you were inferior. Jordan's ability to play through adversity, to deliver in clutch moments, to hit shots when the game was on the line, this was mental warfare at its finest. He wanted to break his opponent's spirit, and he did it, again and again. Who could forget his legendary flu game in the 1997 NBA Finals, when he scored 38 points while sick with the flu, proving he was literally willing to sacrifice his health for victory? Let's talk about the time when he scored 55 points against the New York Knicks in the 1995 playoffs. A performance so dominant, it made the crowd question if they were witnessing a man or a god on the basketball court. Section 3. The legacy, why Jordan's fear factor is still unmatched. Even today, we talk about the fear that Jordan struck in his rivals. But that fear, it wasn't just about his physical presence, it was about his legacy. Even the greatest players of today still talk about the Jordan moments, the times he made them tremble on the court. LeBron James, one of the greatest players ever, will never escape the shadow of Michael Jordan. That's the truth. 6 titles, 6 finals MVPs. Jordan didn't just play the game, he redefined it, and even though LeBron has the stats, the longevity, the accolades, he'll never be the feared competitor Jordan isn't a lorg. The numbers speak for themselves. Jordan's average of 31 PPG Street Ill stands as the highest career scoring average in NBA history, a record that no one, including LeBron, has been able to touch. Jordan's legacy is more than just statistics. It's about mental toughness, about grit, about taking down giants and doing it with a swagger and confidence that made the rest of the league bow to him. Section 4. The skill set. Why no one could beat MJ at his game. But let's not forget, Jordan wasn't just terrifying because of his mentality. He was unstoppable on the court. You couldn't beat him with physicality. You couldn't outsmart him. And you sure as hell couldn't outrun him. Jordan wasn't just a scorer, he was a master of every aspect of the game. Sancher. 1 point per game, that's not just impressive, that's insane. He could shoot from anywhere. He could dunk on you. And if he wanted to, he could pass like Magic Johnson. Don't forget his 10 triple-doubles in a row. Let's break it down with statistics that only MJ could pull off. Jordan once dropped 40 points in just 16 minutes. That's not a typo. 40 points in 16 minutes. A game against the Cleveland Cavaliers in 1986 saw him score an insane 69 points, making him the first player in NBA history to reach that number since Wilt Chamberlain. And you can't forget his three-point shooting. We're talking about 80% in clutch moments, when the game was on the line. Jordan's combination of scoring, skill, and sheer dominance on the court makes him an unbeatable force. On defense, Jordan wasn't just a great scorer, he was a two-way terror. His perimeter defense was legendary. He wasn't just looking to stop you. He was looking to destroy your confidence while doing it. His average of 2-3 steals per game in his career shows that MJ wasn't just about scoring. He was all about controlling the game and shutting his opponents down. Section 5. The trash talk. Mental warfare on a new level. Now, let's talk about Jordan's trash talk, because no one did it like him. Jordan's words were weapons, cutting through his opponents like a knife through butter. He wasn't just saying things to rattle you, he was screwing with your head. When he told Muggsy Bogues, "You're too small," and proceeded to dunk all over him, you could almost see Muggsy's heart break. You think you're safe on the court? Think again. Jordan made sure you remembered your place. Remember when Jordan challenged former President Bill Clinton to a golf match and didn't just play, he played with trash talk that would make anyone nervous. That's how it was. He could get into anyone's head, even the most confident, and make them second-guess themselves. Section 6. The fear factor. Why no one could escape MJ's grip. It wasn't just about Jordan's skill on the court or his trash talk. It was the invisible grip he had on his opponents. The aura of fear he carried was undeniable. There was no escape from it. Players admitted that just being on the court with him was a psychological battle from the start. LeBron James, one of the most dominant players in the game, may have the records. But when it comes to the fear factor, the mental and physical dominance Jordan exuded, there's simply no comparison. His impact went beyond statistics. Even the greatest players of today still talk about the Jordan moments, the ones that made them tremble and doubt their abilities. That's how powerful his legacy is. His fear factor wasn't just about being good on the court. It was about being unbeatable mentally and physically. Outro. So, is Michael Jordan the most feared NBA player? There's no question. Nobody ever played with the kind of intensity, skill, and mental dominance that Jordan did. He was a once-in-a-lifetime talent, an unstoppable force who demanded respect every time he stepped on the floor. LeBron may have the numbers, but MJ has the fear factor, the mentality, the killer instinct that no one else has been able to replicate. So, what do you think? Is Jordan truly the most feared player ever? Let us know in the comments below. As always, thank you for watching NBA Hoops Television.